The Alberta Rural Renewal Stream program is an excellent program for anyone who's looking to get into Canada, especially if you've got a lower educational qualification. Yes, the program is very flexible and gives room to people with lower educational qualification to find themselves into Canada. What are you waiting for? Hello and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time seeing me, my name is Njay-travels. I bring you current information regarding travel tips, real life abroad, as well as career opportunities abroad, helping you catch this information as early as possible, as well as make informed decisions. If these are the kind of content that interest you, please do 3 things for me. Hit the like button to help you to bring this ministry to the next level, all right? And use the comment section, as I'd like to know you more. I'd like to know what you want and what interests you and what you expect from this channel. And thirdly, put up your notification bar so that each time I upload videos like this, you get notified. Having said all of that, let's get started. Now let's get an overview of this program. So the Alberta Rural Renewal Stream is a provincial nomination program that enables migrants to get job offers as well as community support to settle in rural communities in Alberta. Now this program supports small projects and businesses that don't necessarily require high educational qualifications and high level of experience to attract workers into these rural communities. Normally, these small businesses would find it difficult to attract workers into these rural communities. But with this program, it's possible to attract them, give them these jobs, as well as provide community support for these migrants to settle in these communities. Good news, isn't it? This program is community driven and facilitates immigration to Alberta rural communities, which would often have difficulties attracting migrants, now helping them attract those migrants by offering them jobs and helping them settle in these communities. Compared to the Express Entry program, this program would be much more flexible with lower requirements and supporting small projects and small businesses that may not necessarily require people with higher educational qualifications and people with so much experience. Now, how does this whole thing work? So communities are expected to apply to the government of Alberta to get what is called a designation. Now, once these communities are designated, they now work hand in hand with the employers to attract, recruit, as well as retain the immigrants, right? By providing community settlement information such as education, healthcare, language training services, and all whatnot, helping these immigrants to settle in the communities in Alberta. Now, I'll leave a link below this video to give you a link to all designated communities. And for one to participate in this program, you need to have an endorsement from one of the designated communities. Getting an endorsement from a designated community is very, very important. You can't apply to the province of Alberta if you don't have this, if you've not received this endorsement from one of the designated communities. Very important, guys. There are a few ineligible occupations that are not eligible to apply for the Alberta Rural Renewal Stream. I'll be leaving a link below to give you this list of ineligible. I don't want to make this video so lengthened by listing them. So read through the link below for all ineligible occupation. Now, for educational requirements, this pathway is beating the record so far. It has the least educational requirement in that with the minimum of high school qualification, you are good to go. That's O level, your WAEC, your GCE, and Africa. This is super amazing. This is super amazing, guys. Yes. Your language requirements. There are so many other options, but I go with the popular IELTS. Yeah, something everybody knows. Okay. IELTS is one of them. And guess what? It's gone so low. The requirement is so low as 5. Yes. So you don't have no more excuses. of, oh, I didn't make an 8, I didn't make 9. Nobody's looking for a 9 here. Nobody's looking for a 10 here. They're looking for just a 5. So what is your excuse? Work experience requirement. I'm just trying to make all of these things very simple for you guys to comprehend, okay? Basically, they are looking for a minimum of 12 months work experience in the particular job that you're applying for, like in that area of job that you're applying for. For instance, if you were to be applying as a housekeeper, for instance, you should have been doing housekeeping for at least a minimum of 12 months in the last 18 months. Do you get it? So take note of that when you're doing your CV, to be able to prove that you have this work experience in whatever jobs you will choose to be applying for. This pathway applies to people who are in Canada already or outside Canada at the moment. That is, if you're in Canada, for example, that you're in Canada with a visitor's visa, or you're a student in Canada and it's yet to get a permanent residency in Canada and you're looking for one, then you can take advantage of this pathway. As well as if you're in Canada with a visitor's visa and you're like, this Canada I think is a thing for me, and you're looking for ways to settle, take advantage of the Alberta rural renewal stream pathway, okay? Especially if you're somebody who do not mind a rural community and maybe it's not really a top academic person, like you're looking for jobs with lower educational requirements. Okay, now mind you, with the work experience, if you are a student, for example, in Canada and are working co-studying, that work experience would not count. They need you to be in a full-time job in those 12 months. Yeah, you are expected to be in a full-time job. That is the only work experience that would count towards this pathway. So take note of that. The job you are going to be getting to be able to fly in this pathway must be a full-time job. The contract should be one with a minimum of 12 months. So it should be 12 months and more, okay? And make sure that your employer is legally incorporated in Canada. Very important. And this contract, I don't need to tell you that it has to be signed by yourself and your employer. I don't want to bore you with all of this. I would leave a link to all of this requirement. I'm just trying to make a summary of everything so you get a glimpse and run for it if this is for you, okay? I would leave a link to all of this in the description bar so you can read through and kick off your applications. And if you get stuck, please come back to me in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to guide you where I can. Now, the very first thing to do is to apply for a job. Where do you apply for these jobs? Go to the community websites. You will see this job, the available jobs on this community websites, and go ahead and apply directly to the employer. I personally recommend that you do have an email communication with them when you apply. Try to follow up with email. Except they are not responding, you can use the numbers there to give them a call. So do these job applications, go through the community website, see the job that suits you, that you feel that you have background experience in to support you in getting that job and that you're happy to take, and go ahead and apply for these jobs. Now, you may be lucky to get these jobs. When you do and receive a valid job offer, which meets this requirement that we've been talking for so far, that's a full-time job requirement, which has a minimum of 12-month contract. Now, what the employers would do is that they would bring it to the community for an endorsement, and then enabling you to get a community endorsement. Now, not everybody who gets a job is going to receive a community endorsement. The community are going to now go through the people who've received these jobs and go through it and decide people who they feel or believe would most likely be able to settle and be retained in these communities in Alberta, because that's the main goal. The main goal is to attract those people, give them this job, and retain them in this community. So that's the very first step, getting the job, going to the community website. I would leave a link below in the description bar to get you through all of this, where you can find these jobs and where you can give it a go from. Once you have received a job offer as well as a community endorsement from the community, the next thing to do is to go to the AIP online portal, that's the Alberta Advantage Immigration Portal, and make your application. Now, when you make this application, you will receive a personalized list of documents that you need to submit. Pay attention to the details that you need to look at when you are submitting this document. It's all there on the Alberta Rural Renewal System document checklist. I would leave the checklist as well as the link to the AIP online portal on the description below. Once you have carefully reviewed your documents and you're happy that they meet with the standards, you can now go ahead and make your submission on the AIP portal, okay? And that's your complete submission. Once you make this complete submission, you need to pay a non-refundable application fee of 500 Canadian dollars. This you need to pay with a credit card or a debit card. And this fee, pay attention, needs to be made in 24 hours of your application. If you fail to pay this fee within 24 hours of your complete application, you risk your application being cancelled. And when it is cancelled, that means everything is gone. Like, you are not continuing in this program. If you need to continue in this program, you need to start everything from afresh. So pay attention to all of these details. Now, when you make your submission, go back to my applications page on the AIP portal to make sure that it has been submitted. When it's submitted, then you're rest assured that your application is now in line to be considered by the AIP portal. Now, after your application has been processed, and if you're lucky that your application is approved, what does this mean then? It means that you are now a provincial nominee and you will receive an email to confirm same. Now, this email would also advise you on how to go ahead and apply for a permanent residency through IRCC. Once your permanent residency application is in the process, if you're already in Canada, you can make an application for a temporary work permit to enable you start your work immediately. So this is a high overview of the whole Alberta Rural Renewal Stream program, okay? I would leave a link to every resource that would help you make this application from start to finish, because I really, really want you to give this a go, guys. For me, this is the best program so far for Canada because it accommodates the low persons, like people who, for so many reasons, you know, because of the high qualifications that the permanent residency pathway would require some of the times, and, you know, all of the skills and experience that you may not have. I mean, this takes it off for you. So I don't know what you're waiting for. If Canada has been your dream, this is that program for you. And I would want to support you. If you have more information about this program, please bring it on the comment section. And if you need more clarity, please come on the comment section. I'd love to know what your questions are. I'd love to know what your confusions are. All of the links, like I said, will be down there in the description below. Take your time, go through them, dust your papers, and make this application. It is that chance for you, and you got to use it, okay? Until then, now if you like everything that has been going on in this channel, please give us a thumbs up so that YouTube can take our ministry to the next level, can recommend our videos to viewers out there. And at the same time, like I said, use the comment section as well. Put up your notification bar so each time I upload videos, you are the first to be notified. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.